Hello fellow tankers, this is Dauntless, and today I'm going to be playing a game in my Tier 6 British tank destroyer, the Achilles. Now I don't really show a lot of tank destroyer replays, and I really don't show a lot of low tier replays, and this is why I just recently picked this bad boy up and I decided to take it out for a spin. Had a really good game in it, thought I'd show you guys. Now I am high tier in this game, I'm top tier, which makes it quite easy for me to carry, and our team isn't that great, their team isn't that great, meaning it should be a good game. The map is Airfield, and they really don't have a lot of heavy tanks which are going to be pushing down the E line, but they do, as you know, have tank destroyers that can sit right up on here. I think this map is a little bit lopsided because tank destroyers have a very easy time sitting here and shooting to the middle, while the alternative side gets lit because it's so close to the cap, meaning I'm not going to be able to play super aggressively because this thing is made out of paper, and I do not want to get hit by those high tier tank destroyers. But with that being said, we will get the game started. So the Achilles, compared to, let's say, the Hellcat, another tier 6 tank destroyer, is considerably slower. I believe the Hellcat has a top speed of something crazy like 68 or 70 or something like that, and the Achilles tops out right around 45. And because of that, you know, you're not able to get from point A to point B just as quickly as you could, and then the alpha is also only 150 versus I think the 280 that the Hellcat has. And so overall this thing only has half the alpha damage and about half the speed, but it does shine in terms of DPM. It has a lot more DPM, and it has a much more accurate gun. And the penetration on the standard rounds have 171 pen, which is pretty great for lower tier battles like this. It can just pretty much go through anything. And then the APCR rounds on this thing, which, you know, you will run into a lot of heavy tanks and high tier vehicles, is 239. Now Mr. PZ38, I'm not sure exactly what he's trying to do here, but I kind of just push him because I can. And this ELC gets lit. And trying to find a shot, able to connect one, and he dies. Now I just bought this vehicle, and so I don't have 6 cents in it yet, so I don't really know if that lit me or not, but I don't want to take my chances, so I wait to pull out until I count to 10. So peeking out here, trying to activate my binoculars so I can see what I can see, hoping that something gets lit. And I'm waiting, and there we go. Achilles right in the open, and here you can see the awesome rate of fire of this gun. I'm able to put 2 shots in where the Hellcat would have only been able to put in 1. I mean, I guess you could argue that the Hellcat has higher alpha damage, so that 1 shot would have done more damage, but I don't know, sometimes lower caliber guns are more fun to play, especially in a lineup like this where you can really put out that damage quickly. Now, one thing I will say about the Achilles is don't play it if you struggle with tanks with gun depression, because it only has -5, and -5 gun depression is just horrible on a tank destroyer, because yeah, you have a turret, but it just doesn't allow you to be flexible, which is something that you need to be able to do. And this is one of the reasons why I do not like playing tank destroyers, because it's just the flexibility is not there. Usually you're slower, usually you have no turret, and that's why I'm playing the Achilles, because it's quick enough, it has a turret, but the gun depression is frustrating to play with. And, you know, I do play a lot of Chinese vehicles, so the gun depression doesn't bug me too much, but just the way this vehicle is, it is frustrating sometimes trying to get that shot when you need to. So I see that the M3 Lee might be pushing out, but he doesn't. And then I realize that I am completely alone here up on the hill. The DW2 is pushing around, and I really don't want to get hit. Suddenly, a random artillery is spotted up on the hill, and so I'm just going to go ahead and take advantage of that. I missed my second shot because I rushed it. Unfortunately, I was not able to finish off that artillery, but I was able to put another shot into them really. Now I realize that, okay, the DW should be showing up any second now. You know, I know that thing is really slow, and so I was kind of ignoring it in the beginning. But so far, the game has unfolded about evenly. We both have about half our tanks left, but the enemy has better positions than us. The Hellcat is still unspotted, meaning he's still going to be full life, along with the T-62, which are both very dangerous vehicles. And our guys are kind of just semi-exposed, other than this VK, who's sitting out in the open. And I need to sit here and put a line, or a wall, if you will, between their tanks and the artillery, because if something is able to push past me over in the field, that means we're going to lose both our artillery. And this is what I'm talking about in terms of gun depression. I couldn't even get the shot because my gun was not able to depress far enough. And the T-67 is pushing around this corner. I'm not sure exactly what he's thinking, but if he's going to give me the free damage, then I will take it. Unfortunately, I was not able to confirm the kill, but I was able to put a couple shots into them. Now we are facing a 5 versus 5 situation. 2 of our vehicles are SPGs, only one of theirs is, and our team, you know, that guy is down to a 1-shot. Our VK is down to a 1-shot, and then we have artillery. Now, fortunately, I am full life, and so I am able to still take a few hits if I have to. And this Churchill just gives me the side of his body, and I am just going to go to town. This is where this gun shines, because I'm able to take off almost 500 plus health on him, and he is really not able to escape the wrath of this gun. So Artie is able to take him out. I get the assist for that, and now we are in a 5 versus 4 situation. Again, the Hellcat is unlit. I have no idea where he is, and this Matilda and this T-40 are still at large. Now, the T-40 has the ability to mount a very big derp cannon, and then all of a sudden the Hellcat gets lit. Now I'm going to explain really quickly what I'm doing here. I decide not to run away. I could have driven forward and possibly evaded him shooting me, but he is completely out in the open. The Hellcat has horrible traverse, and so for him to get out of harm's way, he would have to reverse or drive forward to this rock, meaning I'm going to have free shots on him if I stay and take the hit, and so that's what I decide to do. And DPM-wise, I'm going to out-DPM him all day long, and he's not going to be able to really do anything against me in terms of just battling it out, and so this is why I decide to just take the hit, and if he decides to brawl it out, let him, but if not, and suddenly a T-40 shows up, he decides he can take me on, which, I'm sorry buddy, this thing is just going to outclass you any day. And the Hellcat is right there. I take a quick shot because, again, I'm trying to avoid being hit, and I really don't want to sit here because of artillery. I think artillery might have an angle on me here, and so I'm going to just play it kind of safely, moving back and forth and then backing off until, you know, I see that the Hellcat's no longer lit, meaning I'm no longer lit. And then I sit and wait. The Hellcat decides to make a move across the field to this artillery, which is not the best move, and I'm able to put a quick shot into his side and take him out. Now we're just down to the Matilda and the M44, and it looks like this should be an easy win. The Matilda is engaging the M44 and is completely unaware, I guess, of my presence, but this is where I'm going to use this dead vehicle to protect me. Now I'm down to my APCR rounds because I no longer have any standard rounds because I've done so much shooting, but as you saw, the Achilles, the turret is well angled enough to where I can actually bounce something sometimes, but as you saw, I was able to just tear through that Matilda like it was nothing and confirm my 3rd kill. Now the artillery gets lit up in the corner. The aim time and the rate of fire of this gun allows me to shoot him twice. Unfortunately, my first shot didn't do anything. It just tracked him, but it pushed my damage up past 3,000, and it gave me 600 assists. So I was quite happy with this result. Being able to do 3K damage in a tier 6 vehicle is usually not an easy task, and I was quite proud of the fact, even though it was kind of farming them to a certain point, to just kind of give me a feel of what this tank can do. And you know, so far I really enjoy it. I actually 3-marked it yesterday. It only took about 90 games, I believe, to do, and it was, you know, it's a good vehicle. I really enjoy it, and so I don't have a lot of low tier tanks, and so this is something that if you like what you see here, I would recommend picking one up because it is a lot of fun. Anyway, guys, hopefully you like this replay. If you did, I'd really appreciate it. If you give it a like down below, it really helps my channel out. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel for more content like this in the future. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.